Imagine checking your ticket and realizing you're suddenly worth millions. Do you celebrate or do you hide it? One man in Maine won $1.35 billion, made his child's mother sign an NDA, and is now suing her for breaking it. Another woman hid her $1.3 million jackpot from her husband and divorced him 11 days later, only to have a judge take every dollar away. These are 9 lottery winners who kept their winnings secret from their families and paid the price. Wait until you hear how they happened. Number 9. Ibi Roncaioli's $5 million, the secret that ended in murder. When 52-year-old Ibi Roncaioli won $5 million in 1991, she appeared joyful and generous to everyone around her, but privately she was hiding a devastating secret that would ultimately destroy her family. She quietly gave away nearly all the winnings, $800,000 each to 2 sons, and an astonishing $2 million to a third son her husband never knew existed, the result of a long-hidden affair she had kept buried for years. Her husband, respected physician Dr. Joseph Roncaioli, eventually discovered the shocking truth along with the horrifying reality that their fortune had vanished. Only $300,000 remained despite his long career. Their marriage, already strained by Ibi's gambling and heavy drinking, finally imploded under the weight of betrayal. What happened next stunned Canada. Joseph injected Ibi with a lethal dose of anesthetic, killing her. Prosecutors said it was no accident. In 2008, he was convicted of manslaughter and sentenced to 7 years in prison. A jackpot meant to change their lives instead exposed secrets that destroyed them. But she wasn't the last winner whose secret would detonate. Number 8. Denise Rossi's $1.3 million, the 11-day divorce backfire. When Denise Rossi suddenly filed for divorce after 25 years of marriage, her husband Thomas was completely blindsided by the announcement. There were no fights, no warnings, just a cold announcement and a frantic rush to separate their lives as quickly as possible. What he didn't know was that just 11 days earlier, Denise had won a $1.3 million lottery jackpot. Instead of celebrating together as partners, she made a calculated plan. Hide everything, cut ties fast, and walk away with the cash before anyone could stop her or question her motives. She used her mother's address for all lottery documents and even contacted the Lottery Commission asking how to keep her husband from ever knowing about the massive winnings. For 2 years, her deceptive plan worked perfectly. Thomas struggled to understand why their marriage ended so suddenly. Then fate intervened. A letter detailing Denise's annual payments was accidentally delivered to Thomas's home. The secret exploded. He took her to court and the judge ruled she had committed fraud. The punishment was brutal. Denise lost every single penny. Sometimes secrecy doesn't cost money. For the next winner, it costs trust itself. Number 7. Maine's $1.35 billion winner, the NDA betrayal. When a man from Maine won a staggering $1.35 billion Mega Millions jackpot, he understood immediately that the biggest threat wasn't strangers on the street, it was the people closest to him. Determined to protect himself and his newfound fortune, he created a carefully constructed shield of secrecy. He claimed the prize through a private LLC and required the mother of his child to sign a strict non-disclosure agreement. Not a single word about the winnings was to be spoken to anyone. Not family, not friends, not even casually in passing conversation. In exchange for her silence, she would be supported financially. It seemed completely airtight. But secrecy is incredibly fragile. Months later, he discovered she had told her father and stepmother about the massive jackpot, directly violating the agreement he believed would protect him from the chaos that money attracts. Feeling betrayed and dangerously exposed, he filed a federal lawsuit demanding at least $100,000 in damages, not for the money itself, but for breaking trust and putting his privacy at serious risk. And the next winner learned that betrayal doesn't always come quietly. Sometimes it explodes into a public war. Number 6. Americo Lopes's $38.5 million, the fake foot surgery scam. When construction worker Americo Lopes learned his lottery ticket had won a massive $38.5 million jackpot, he made a decision that would ignite one of the most shocking cases of workplace greed ever witnessed. The winning ticket wasn't his alone. He had purchased it as part of a workplace lottery pool with 5 other hard-working men. But instead of celebrating together as they'd planned, Americo told them the ticket was a complete loser, quietly claimed the entire prize for himself, and vanished from the job site without explanation. To cover his tracks, he even faked foot surgery and took extended time off work, pretending he was struggling financially while secretly collecting a $24 million after-tax payout. For months, he lived in luxurious secrecy, convinced he had pulled off the perfect crime. But rumors spread quickly, and one suspicious co-worker confronted him directly. Americo denied everything until the group took him to court. What followed exposed every calculated lie. A jury unanimously ruled he had stolen the winnings and ordered him to pay each co-worker $2 million. Even worse, $5 million had already mysteriously disappeared. Americo bitterly told reporters he'd been robbed, but the next winner never lived long enough to spend anything.
Number 5. Urooj Khan's $1 million, poisoned after celebrating. When 46-year-old Urooj Khan scratched a $1 million winning ticket, he felt his entire life had finally turned a corner after years of struggle. An immigrant who built a modest dry cleaning business from absolutely nothing, he talked excitedly about expanding his company and helping his family achieve their dreams. He even posed for a smiling photo with a giant lottery check, planning to use the $425,000 lump sum after taxes to start completely fresh and build something lasting. Just hours after celebrating with a family dinner that evening, everything changed in an instant. That night, Urooj went to bed feeling sick. Moments later, he collapsed screaming in unbearable pain. Paramedics rushed him to the hospital, but it was too late. He was pronounced dead on arrival. Doctors initially blamed heart problems and the case was closed, but weeks later, a suspicious relative pushed for deeper testing, convinced something wasn't right. A full toxicology report revealed the horrifying truth: Urooj had lethal levels of cyanide in his system. The family dinner suddenly looked like a calculated setup. His winnings were split between his widow and daughter, but to this day, no one has been charged. The poisoner walked free. Next, another winner's fortune would lead to violence just as brutal. Number 4. Doris Murray's $5 million, the birthday win that turned fatal. On her 41st birthday in 2007, Doris Murray scratched her way to a $5 million lottery win. Despite the sudden wealth, she chose to live modestly, taking annual payments of $172,000 after taxes. Friends saw Doris as careful and grounded, someone unlikely to let money change her dramatically. 1 year after her win, Doris decided to end a tumultuous relationship with her ex-boyfriend, Derek Lorenzo Stanley. The breakup was bitter. Tensions escalated quickly, and Stanley snapped. He stabbed Doris multiple times, leaving her with defensive wounds, including a partially severed thumb. Family members witnessed him leaving with blood on his hands, frantically calling 911. Stanley was eventually caught, admitted to the attack, and was convicted of malice murder, sentenced to life in prison. Even modest living couldn't shield Doris from danger lurking in her personal life. While some victims lose their lives, the next winner survived by keeping fortune completely secret. Number 3. John from Louisville's $22 million, the perfect secret. When John, an anonymous winner from Louisville, claimed his $22 million jackpot, he knew the real challenge wasn't winning, it was surviving the aftermath. He understood the statistics. 1 in 10 lottery winners go bankrupt within a decade. Determined to avoid the pitfalls, John confided in only 2 people, his wife and a single sibling. He crafted a cover story using a deceased relative's inheritance to explain sudden spending, upgraded his home discreetly, and kept his job to maintain normalcy. He refused to flaunt wealth, avoiding vacations or luxury purchases that might raise suspicion. Years later, John has succeeded. His children remain unaware of the true scale of the fortune, and his secret continues to shield him from envy, fraud, and betrayal. Every day became a careful balance between enjoying his fortune and protecting his family. But while John thrived in silence, the next winner discovered trust can turn lethal. Number 2. Abraham Shakespeare's $30 million, buried beneath concrete. In 2006, Abraham Shakespeare won a staggering $30 million lottery jackpot, opting for a $17 million lump sum. At first, it seemed like a dream. He wanted to help family and invest wisely. But wealth often attracts predators. Enter Doris Dee Moore, a woman who presented herself as a trusted advisor, claiming she could manage his finances and protect him from endless money requests. Shakespeare welcomed her into his inner circle, but her intentions were far from genuine. Over time, she manipulated him, siphoning off millions and isolating him from those who truly cared. Then, in a horrifying turn, she shot him twice and buried his body beneath a concrete slab in her backyard. His remains were discovered 9 months later.
Moore was convicted of first-degree murder in 2012 and sentenced to life without parole. Abraham's story became a chilling reminder: the most dangerous threats come from those you trust most. Yet some winners go to extreme lengths to remain completely invisible. Number 1. Mr. Lee's $30 million, the Yellow Mascot Mystery. In China, a man known only as Mr. Lee won 219 million yuan, about 30 million USD, in the lottery. Unlike most winners who rush to flaunt their fortune, Mr. Lee went to extraordinary lengths to remain anonymous. For the official prize presentation, he wore a full yellow mascot costume, hiding every identifying feature. Immediately after claiming his winnings, he checked into a hotel, determined that no one, including his own family, would discover his fortune. His reasoning was surprisingly practical. He feared revealing the money would make his wife and children feel superior, lose motivation to work or study, or attract unwanted attention. By staying invisible, Mr. Lee preserved not only his fortune, but also his family's sense of normalcy. Even today, years later, his family remains unaware. He spends modestly, avoids drawing attention, and lives quietly, his secret intact. In conclusion, winning the lottery can seem like a dream, but these stories show it can bring danger, betrayal, and heartbreak. If you found this shocking, like this video, subscribe, turn on notifications, and share for more unbelievable true lottery stories. Comment below: if you won tomorrow, would you keep it secret or tell everyone?